listening to his music right now. What you hear in the background is the one and only K-Fab is in the building. Beat Freqz are in the building. It's going down. Let me tell you, man, how I met this guy. There was a particular group. Well, you know, he was A-lister, so he was in the studio working with Boyz II Men in Studio A, I think it was. I was in Studio B working with these guys called Forte. And you forgot their name, didn't you?
Yeah,
and it was,
I ain't forget.
It was crazy, man. We were in Dallas Austin studio in Atlanta, and this guy, man, I used to like go over and look in the room and see what the heck he was doing, because I call him NPC assassin. I've been calling him that since 2004 or something like that.
But that was everybody's machine. You know, when you got a hold to an NPC, you have to learn that thing, man. You have to really, really dive into it. A lot of people just figure, hey, we make beats on it. Nah, man, you really have to be an architect.
You know, when you're trying to be humble now, because yesterday you said, I used to flip that thing like a calculator. And man, I heard you say that, and I'm putting you out there. Man, this dude, I'm telling you, he can make your head hurt watching him program a song on MPC. And he made me buy one. You know what I'm saying? I was over there trying to produce this group Forte, which later became 112, with an R8 drum machine, and he said, B, you got to step it up. Look, he doing it. He doing it right now. He said, you got to step it up, bro.
All your comrades had one, man. And if I'm not mistaken, I was thinking that Dallas was about to give you one.
He was. He did actually. He gave me the first one. He gave me the first one until I got mine, and it was a total different ball game after that. But man, what are you doing in Las Vegas?
I came out here, man, to just kick it with my pals. They told me that BT, Brian Thomas, was here, and I was like, what? Where? He's a radio personality now. He's doing big things with that. I'm like, get out of here, man. B is still a man on the talk box. He's still doing the production. He's probably doing all kind of commercials and shows and stuff like that. He's not on the radio. Fam, he's on the radio, and he wants to see you. So I had to come out here to see you.
So you jump on the plane just to come hang with me?
Just to come hang with me.
My dog. Y'all see, that's what I'm trying to tell you about that ATO love. What? Now, but man, listen. Your resume, unbelievable. You've worked in the best rooms in Atlanta. You worked with the best artists in Atlanta. How did you get into all this? When you finally touched down in the ATO, what did you do to get yourself into that situation? I'm shooting this game at him because you're established, and the guy is standing next to you. He's trying to get there. And he's a producer. He's a dang good producer. You know what I'm saying? But what did you do? And be real about it. What did you do, publishing wise? Where did you send your stuff to? How did you get your game out there?
Well, I mean, you have to just be a good person, man. You have to just not be afraid to network without being overwhelming and overzealous. And you have to be aggressive, but not overly aggressive.
Right, it's a hard medium. Yeah, it's a fine line.
It's all about give and take, you know what I'm saying? And just networking with people and want to hang out and just learn all kind of stuff with people. And when you do that, people are more receptive to letting you in, come and bring you on in and say, yo, I like this kid's energy. Mm-hmm. Who is he? What does he do? And that's how I got on. I got on through Mr. L.A. Reid first. Mm-hmm. He used to see me all the time with Divine Stevens. Mm-hmm. And that's who put me on back in the day. I see you all the time. What do you do? What do you do? And I was like, I produce. He's like, all right, we're going to see. And he saw me at the studio one day, and he was like, let me hear something. I let him hear it. He liked it. The rest of it was history.
The rest was history.
Yeah. Crazy.
And next thing he know, he was in with Boyz II Men. Next thing he know, he was in with 112. Next thing,
Destiny Child.
Destiny Child, man. He done did them all, man. Now, I know. I want you to explain to them too how the game is different. It was very different when we was doing what we was doing. But how do they make the moves now? I mean, it was a thing where you was producing, you shot your stuff to a publishing company, possibly. You shot your stuff over here, you made it happen. How can they do it now with the YouTube era here and them not having the platforms like a L.A. Reid and a LaFace just being in town, or Dark Studios just being in town? What do they do now to make this thing jump for them?
Back then, it was like what you want to say, a big privilege to be a producer like what we was doing. Mm-hmm. You know, when we was in the building, we had people that ride by and was trying to figure out how to get in there where we was.
Right.
Was now, everything is social media. You can reach any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was just funny. I was watching a young lady on IG today, and she was just talking about how she was reluctant to do anything on IG for a minute, and she just happened to pick up a guitar and just start singing. And somebody saw it, sent it to Rico Love, and now she's in Miami recording an album. Like, really? It's like that. It's like that now. we didn't have social media like that, not like that.
It's a lot easier, man.
What we had? Facebook. What we had? What was that?
MySpace. No, Black Planet.
I got a question.
But MySpace, man, we had MySpace,
I
bruh.
love my
That don't even exist now.
MySpace.
It doesn't even exist
They
now.
hit over there like, what's that?
Exactly.
She like, what's that?
No, it does exist.
I got a question.
Absolutely.
Do you think the era is over for artists to come by with their mixtapes in hand, CDs, burn CDs, and say, "Hey, check me out"? Is that era over? Is all social media?
It's dwindling, bro. And
Yeah.
It's dwindling fast and bad. And you know, to be honest, it is kind of over now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just putting everything either on YouTube, Spotify, and they're just trying to get out there by any means necessary via the web. They're making music more acceptable now. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing, and sometimes can be a bad thing when it comes to us as producers because it kind of almost degrades or devalues the fact that it's an exclusive kind of situation. When the man next door walking down the street or got in his car, he turn on his joint, he plug it up to his phone, and you hearing your record on there, and you like, I ain't even put that out yet. You know what I mean? Somebody else already got it.
That's happened back in my time before.
Thank you.
Question I have for you real quick, OG, because we do radio. But my question is, what would you say is a potential next medium?
Really?
And I'm curious, but it's not social media based that you can think of.
Look at the movie Power. When Timbaland was on there, they had all these different artists coming on there to a degree. Power, dang near could be a label itself. You know what I mean? Because they're showcasing all these new artists and all this new talent, and they're being seen throughout the world on TV.
Like Empires?
Like Empire,
Okay.
yeah.
That is a
You know
new
whatever.
medium.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I said
Yeah.
Power, my bad.
Miles,
Empire.
do you remember when
Absolutely.
we actually didn't know what was happening, but me and Miles was at Dre's one night,
Yeah.
and we was hanging out, and Timbaland was there,
Right.
and it was like you could tell it was some energy in the room. He was ready to resurge, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
That was his new thing, because kind of dudes was laying low after things kind of died down, but he was there. He was feeling, you could see the energy on him that something was going on.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about it, but at the same time, it was what was coming. He was
Yeah.
getting ready to take that situation, and that's where we just talked about yesterday how the people, like when those deals started falling through, how Puffy went and he went to doing a lot of the TV shows,
Yeah,
with
reality
making the
shows,
band,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And people didn't really understand what was happening, but that was him reinventing himself
Yes.
to go to the next level, and that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
We got to find out what it is, stick it, and then reinvent yourself and keep it moving.
Well, what
Absolutely.
about for the artist that hasn't necessarily invented themselves yet? What about the up and coming artists, the dudes who are on your local level, who are like my man T-Rap, like myself and CeeMo? What would you say for us?
Well, I mean, the only thing that I can say is you still got Power 88.
Hey, yeah, we
That's
do.
still that's spinning.
Message.
That's spinning all the local acts and stuff. Now that's a
Message.
rarity. That doesn't really happen in a whole lot of cities. Everybody's kind of bougie, but Power 88 seems like a family to me. This is my
Message.
first time here, and I'm feeling the love. I'm telling you, y'all guys are great,
Yes.
and that's real talk. But social media, man, that's all I can tell you. Instagram, Facebook. That's the only way you're gonna get out there because everybody's in their phones now.
Do you
Everything's
remember?
in their phones?
I don't know if you were there. Do you remember the conference that Prince had in Atlanta, and he had everybody there, Dallas, Puffy, and
Yeah.
you remember what he told us? And people don't believe me when I tell them that this dude predicted that this was where we were going to be in 20 years.
Yeah.
He told them in that room, he said, you guys, if you want this to continue, you're going to have to start your own production, your
Yeah.
own everything, and do it yourself. He said, Jermaine, you, Puffy, and this, y'all got enough money to put it together
Yeah.
and do it now. But no one did it.
No one.
And now we sit here, and those same people that sat in that room, none of them have deals.
That's
Not
true.
one. So he kind of was telling you this was coming. I don't know what the brother saw.
I mean, he
but-
saw it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to think about it. He began to do the same thing for himself. That's like he owned.
Exactly.
He began to own his own masters.
Exactly.
Master P followed that route and
Yeah.
see what happened.
He caught it.
He was one of the few to do it, but everybody else, man, just kind of like depended on the labels to do everything. And nothing wrong with that, but things have changed. You know what I mean? People want to be able to be creative, and a lot of times some of the people that are there are not on the same level as you guys are. Like the age that the stuff y'all doing now, insane, incredible. It's a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot better when it comes to y'all's culture. Anyway, I'm learning from y'all now. Did I just tell my age?
You did.
60.
I have to ask myself though, being
That's
in
true.
like a weird place where I started running around when I got out here with Miles a lot. He was getting me back out in the and I was like, man, I don't know if I like this culture. I don't know if I like our culture better or their culture better. You know, their time period wise, I don't know which one I would have rather come up in faster. But I think because I did it where we did it, I would like to try it where you guys are. But I mean, it was just automatic stuff happening to us though. Like you just
have
sit.
to work for it, bruh. Like the way y'all go in, throw stuff in, and then they got the thing that time stretches and all that. I mean, we had to calculate them numbers, bruh, from beginning to end on that.
Well, here's the thing though, man. Like y'all had to have talent to get on, right? Nowadays, you need a gimmick more than you need talent,
Right.
or you
Right.
need.
Preacher.
Oh no, I'm serious. I
He's,
mean,
he's a smart dude.
Oh,
he
man,
ain't
he
no
on the
joke.
level.
He's a smart dude.
Absolutely. No, that's real though. And I have to say, I can't knock it.
of course you can't knock it, but I mean that's. That ain't right. I don't know, man. Forget I say it. That ain't right, man. You feel me? Like you got brothers that
know
work.
what? You gotta have some talent to even do still what y'all do. You still gotta be able to hear those things that y'all hear.
Yeah, that's us though. Like, but we're not. We're the little whatevers are in the music industry right now. They on and they getting $80K a show, and we here like, all right, man, we got $15 until paycheck. Do we put in the gas tank? Do we eat? Do we feed the dog? What do we, you know?
And it's like we got all the talent, but not the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask y'all about
not a
that. What do
struggle.
y'all feel about the way where music is now? Like, how do y'all feel about it? Where it is now?
It's a perfect. I think it's great because everybody can do it. It's easily accessible. You don't have to have everything, but at the same time, it's like. We gotta pay some bills, Brian, man. We can be here all day, man. What we got, man?
I like where you was going.
I'm about to go in, man.
I know
Let me-
where they are.
Yeah.
It's funny when you sit there and you complete. And before I came to the A, I would sit at home and just make beats and make beats and make beats and make beats. And when I got done, I was like, man, I ain't getting no check for this. You know what I'm saying? And that's where y'all are, really, truthfully and honestly. But y'all have another outlet, like he's saying, the internet that we didn't have.
Yeah,
we didn't have that. So y'all keep it locked, man. We got my man K-Fam in the building, Beat Freqz, ATL, hold it down. We gonna keep it moving, pay a couple bills, and come back with you in just a little bit right here on Power 88.
People station.
people stay.
People station,
Yeah, yeah.
88 in the building. Yeah.
Northtown.